About 2 months ago, my schedule was quite good and I was quite productive, but there was one thing that was not so good. Every morning when I would wake up at 5 a.m. to do my deep work, I would grab my computer and sit in my bed and do the work. And I would, do the tasks that I should do, but at the end of the session, I would always start watching a little bit of YouTube. Sitting there in the bed under the blanket, in the dark kind of, with my lamp on only, no sunlight, no nothing. I would say, oh yeah, one video doesn't really matter. You've already found how you're going to make 2 videos. Just watch one video. And then, when my deep work session was over, I was moving on to the morning routine. And, then I need to read. And I was like, oh, it's more comfortable laying down. I'm going to lay down while reading. And I would literally almost fall asleep because, as I said, my curtains was like still rolled down. So I only had this small lamp that I have over here turned on. So it's like kind of dark still, so I'd lay there with the book, laying down with a blanket, still being warm, still being sleepy, and I would almost fall asleep. And I couldn't see like why I would always like fail with these things, because I knew that I needed to read and I knew that I needed to do the deep work, but instead I would just watch YouTube and fall asleep almost. If you don't already know me, my name's Lawrence, and I hope young men fast track their self-improvement success. You're clearly interested in that, so just go down and click that subscribe button right now. The problem was that I was doing all of this in my bed. And why was I sitting in my bed, you might ask? It's because I had one chair in my room. And on that one chair, that's the chair where you put your clothes. You have those clothes, like they're clean enough to like be used again, but they're not clean enough to go inside your closet. So instead you just throw them on the chair, the chair and clothes just start stacking up and you never really use them again. They'll just be laying there for 2 months until you decide to like wash them or something. But yeah, that was the chair. And so I didn't want to bother like getting up and moving all the clothes and then sitting down to do the work. And of course you're supposed to sleep in your bed. That's what it's made for. The reason why I fell asleep while trying to read was because my brain associates my bed with sleeping, which is great. That's the whole point. So you shouldn't do that. And I could also remember I used to read in the mornings, but then I would have like my bookshelf in another room. And so when I had to read, like the books were in the other room. And so I couldn't be bothered to like get up and get the book. So I'd end up just reading some shallow shit on my computer instead of actually reading the book that I was invested in and wanted to, read until it was done. But I've changed my environment completely. I've moved everything around my room. I now have like 2 chairs in my room, so the clothing chair, like the one that I just throw my clothes on, I still have it. I moved it over to right next to my bed, so the moment I wake up I can just put my clothes on. And then I've got this chair that I'm sitting in here right now into my room, so there was no friction to just getting up and sitting on this chair. So now instead what I will do is I'll immediately get up from my bed, go to this chair, roll the curtains so I'm not really sleepy. I can see that it's like day outside. And I'll just sit on this chair because there's nothing on this chair at all times. It's just completely empty, so I can go over and my computer's already waiting at the desk. So I'll just sit right behind there and I'll just do the deep work. And I also made like reading easier, so I don't have to like get up really and go into another room to get the books. Like this, it seems so lazy that you don't want to do that. But there's no point in not making it as easy for yourself. So what I did, I literally took the whole bookshelf, took all of the books out, and I moved it in here, and it's right like next to the camera. I'm not going to show you, but it's right here next to the camera. I took all of the books out, moved the whole bookshelf, put them all in again, and now when I have to read, I just go over and grab a book. Like for example, I'm reading this book right now, so I'll just go over and like grab it like that. And it's so nice having it in here, so I don't need to like walk around the house to like get the books. I've basically made every task, like doing it, so easy, and there's no friction. I've set myself up for success because if you can make it so easy to do the hard work, you see what I mean? If you make it so easy to do the hard work, then you'll obviously do it. Then it'll be way easier to do all of these things, and there's no friction. It just goes like this, bam, 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 because I have everything right in front of me. Want to read? Okay, take 2 steps and then you have the bookshelf. Want to go work? Take 2 steps and you're at the desk. You see, I have everything in here, just like around. Want to film the videos? You have it right here, all the setup. You just need to put your phone in the stand and put on the microphone and shit, and then boom, you're recording. Like everything is so easy to start. There's no friction. Like you want to go studying. Oh, I have to find the book. I have to start reading. Oh, then I have to take some notes. See, it's already. I can just immediately get to work. Immediate get to reading. There's no like, oh, I have to do this first and then I have to do this. It's just boom, work, boom, boom, boom. It's so smart to just set yourself up, because if you set your environment up for success, you set yourself up for success. You already always hear about like planning and making sure that you're ready and you don't need to think about the task that you're going to do. Why think about, having to go in another room? Why not put every most important thing right next to when you wake up, so you can just easily do it the moment you open your eyes? Changing your environment can also be very good if you're like struggling, or if you're just overall trying to start self-improvement and you want to make that environment change from like going in that like degenerate environment, and you want to come out of that and just have a fresh start, because everything feels new when you like get a new environment. I've heard of many people like moving out of their house, or moving from their parents' house, or moving back to their parents' house. You might not have that option. I don't either. So moving like the things of your room around could be a good idea. Like I moved a lot of stuff around. It already became a habit for me to like go around it right now, but the first few days it will feel completely new. It will feel like you live in a new room, just because everything you've had, you just move it around. And it's really nice when you're trying to start self-improvement, that you just move everything around and it feels like you're in a completely new room. So yeah, I hope this video helped you a lot. And just go ahead and change your environment if you need to. Make it as easy for yourself as possible to do all of the tasks you need to do. If you want to see more videos from a small creator like me, then go down and click that subscribe button right now. It's a win-win for both me and you. Also check out the Discord server. It's the first link in the description. It's a small brotherhood that we're trying to grow, and I really appreciate seeing you in there. We have some nice talks in there, and yeah, we're just waiting for you. And last but not least, put one foot in front of the other.